Hey guys, so I wanted to take a quick moment and just give a quick update on sort of my effort here, my fitness effort. Because what I'm trying to do is really focus on what I want to do versus how I want to look. It's sort of a change in mode that I'm kind of going through. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that real quick. So back in early March, I started working out at an F45 studio. If you don't know, F45 stands for Functional 45. They are a Australian-based studio that basically specializes in functional training. The idea basically being the movements that you use in everyday life put into a workout. My original intention was to do cardio there. So I was looking for some HIIT workouts. So I signed up for 2 times a week and basically just did my HIIT workouts for the first month and a half. So I was only there 2 times a week. So I decided to try one of their strength classes, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I really got a good workout out of it. So what I decided to do was to kind of mix things up a bit. I wanted to kind of take a new approach to my fitness, something I hadn't done before. Just try something different. I really didn't feel like I was getting the results that I wanted. I was getting stronger, but I wasn't getting leaner. And so I needed something different. I also was having issues with movement. I could pick heavy things up, but, everyday movements. And when I started this journey, a few years ago, what I wanted to do was to be able to move, was to be able to live my life every single day. And if you can't move, then you can't live. And that's so important to us. So that's what I've done is I have basically turned my entire fitness world upside down. So for the first few weeks, it was extremely rough. I was beat down. I will be completely honest. These workouts beat me down. So I've been doing between 5 to 7 days a week at F45, and then 3 to 4 times a week I have been doing heavier lifts in the afternoon. I want to keep raising my ceiling. The idea basically is I have this ceiling of the maximum amount of weight that I lift. And I want to keep moving that up. I like lifting heavy. There's just no doubt about that. I really enjoy that. But what the F45 workouts are doing is giving me the floor. It's really giving me that functional movement, those finer movements, so that I have more flexibility, so that I have more mobility, and so that I have more endurance. One of the amazing things, even finishing up week 5 last week, is that I have found that when I started this, we would do 45 seconds on. And you do 45 seconds worth of work, and there is no way I could have made it through a single movement without taking a break, taking a pause, and basically taking a breath. It's a lot different of a mentality than doing a set of 5, a set of 10, even a set of 20. When you're working for 45 seconds, you're probably putting in 30, 40, 50 reps in a single set. So it's a lot of endurance, a lot of muscular endurance. So that's really what I've been focused on, is that muscular endurance and trying to get that muscular endurance up. So that's really where I've been focused. And I am happy to say that I feel like I've made some improvements in my mobility. I've made improvements in my endurance. One of the exercises that has been my nemesis since I started these workouts, even back in March when I was just doing the cardio, is this thing called a bench hop. And I had never seen a bench hop before I started working with F45. And, working with the coaches there, what I've been able to do is basically progress in that. So from the time of March, 2 times a week, and you don't do it every time. So, it was maybe sporadic. But I've probably done it once a week now for the last 5 weeks. And I have gone from being on the end of the bench, basically just doing these little tiny hops, to I can now clear the bench, hopping over it while holding onto the bench. I'm able to clear it now. It's not fast, it's not pretty, but I can clear it. So the next step is to work on the overall form of up and over, getting it very clean, getting that up and over very clean. And then the next step after that is to work on the speed. One of the things that we did today was called the repeat, which is a precursor to what they call the F45 playoffs, which is basically a challenge test. Now, I've done challenge tests before at my old gym. And at the old gym, it was things like holding a plank, doing 1 minute of push-ups. I'm trying to remember, it's been so long. There was a wall sit. So there were these different tests. But the F45 test is different than what I was doing before, because what it is it's 10 different exercises, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds of rest, and you got to hit a specific score. And there is no way I could even get remotely close to this right now. Even after 3 years of a fitness journey, I'm not where I want to be body composition wise, but I've also realized I'm not where I want to be movement wise, and this sort of proves that. So what I'm doing is really staying focused on that playoffs up in the future. So I have that playoffs in mind, and what I want to do is get that playoffs and get a score that I'm comfortable with. I'm not expecting to blow this out of the water, okay? On my first round of playoffs, which will probably be in a couple of months. But it's a baseline. All right, there was no way I was going to try it the last time they had it about a month ago. I was like, no, there's no way I'm doing this, because there were a lot of things like that bench hop that I could not do. So I've been working on getting that functional movement down, and it's really coming along. I would say my burpees are probably better in some ways than what they were a year and a half ago when I was doing functional style training in cardio classes. I would say that they're better in some ways and maybe a little worse in other ways. I think the get up portion is probably not as good as it used to be, but I'd say the go down portion is a lot better. And a lot of that has come from just being in an environment where you have 30 people doing burpees all the time, and burpees every day, every other day. But, so you're in that environment, you're always working towards an overall goal. So it doesn't mean that I'm giving up on lifting heavy. It simply means that I want to do something different. I want to do something that is going to let me move, is going to let me go and do things versus this aesthetic goal that maybe I just have realized that isn't as important to me. I still want the aesthetic goals. I still have those aesthetic goals, but I don't think they're as important as the functional movement, as it is being able to, do a Spartan style race, being able to do things versus just standing there and going, I'm pretty. So, that's everybody has their own ideal for what they want to do with fitness, and nobody's goals are the same. And I just have realized that I have different goals than maybe I had a year ago. I had different goals than I had 2 years ago. I've done some powerlifting work. I've done some bodybuilding style training. I used to do this kind of style stuff, but it was never as intense as this. So this has been all new for me. And so it's a huge change, but it's been a fun one so far. And this week is week 6. What I'm counting is week 6, because I don't count the first 4 weeks that I did the cardio only. So I'm only looking at the ones where I did it full time. This was my primary vehicle for fitness. So we are in week 6. I think it's going to be interesting to see what I look like in around week 12 as far as performance, as far as my body is now acclimated to this to some extent. So I think I'm going to start seeing some body composition changes pretty soon, because my body has adjusted to the volume of work that I'm doing. My body has adjusted to just the sheer level of effort that I'm putting in. Lifting heavy, once a day, it's hard, but it's not this level of intensity. So that's where I am, is being functional, lifting heavy, but only a few times a week. Because really, if I want to build up my muscle mass, if I want to break down the muscle and rebuild it, working out 3-4 times a week on the heavier lifts and breaking those muscles down, in addition to the 3 core strength workouts that I'm doing at F45, that's going to go a long way towards building a lot of lean tissue and a lot of bigger lean tissue. So that's going to be, I think, interesting to see how this progresses. I'm kind of committing to this for at least, a few months, just to see where I go, and then just kind of reevaluate and see what I want to do next. Do I keep doing this? Do I shift a little bit? Do I do less of this, more of that? I don't know yet. And that's sort of where I've gotten in my mind, is I don't know everything, and I can't plan everything for the entire year. And I've kind of realized that. You set up for these goals, but you can't plan for every single contingency, and you can't really create a roadmap of fitness that's going to last you 5 years straight. You can't do it. So what I'm doing is doing it in the now and doing what I enjoy, and really pushing myself to another level. And that's what's the most exciting thing about this, is getting to that next level of fitness. That's what I've been trying to achieve for the last year or so, which is that next level of fitness. I lost all this weight, I lost all this body fat, but I've still got body fat to go. I've still got weight I want to lose. I still got muscle I want to build. And so if I focus on doing these things and doing them regularly, and having somebody driving me every single day, it is absolutely great. And then having this, effort being put in, I'm loving it. So I am just enjoying myself so much. And, so it's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, I'm very excited, because I really think that I'm on the cusp of some big changes in my body composition, in my abilities, and I think that the next 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 18 weeks are going to show that out. And so as I start to get into doing the playoffs at F45, as I start to get new pictures and do more body fat analysis, we're going to see just how well this goes. All right. So I'm going to do more of these updates on IGTV on a regular basis. So just make sure that you follow me, and just follow along with my fitness journey. I will be posting some of my before and after pictures for an 8-week challenge. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I will be posting them on social media. They're embarrassing. They're in my underwear, and I don't want to post them until I'm ready, but when I'm ready, I will post them. And I'm just committing that to myself. All right. So like I said, I'm going to do more of these updates soon. Now that I've got a new studio, and so I'm really excited about this. So I've got a new studio I'm building. This is the first part. This is like I've been in this space. I've been in this new apartment for 4 days, 5 days, something like that. And so I've got a new studio in my apartment that I'm building. So I've got lighting I'm working on, microphone, everything. So I'm going to be able to do more content on this channel, on another channel that I'm building out. So I'm really excited about that as well. So I've got physical fitness, I've got heavy lifting, and I've got content creation all in the works. So I am really excited for what's coming next. All right, talk to you guys later.